Hi, my name is Lindsay Stockdale. I'm a presidential diamond with It Works Global.
Hey, and I'm Melissa Roby, and I'm a triple diamond with It Works Global.
So we decided to put this video together for you because you might be thinking about doing this crazy wrap business. And we want to share a little bit about our stories and a little bit about, why this opportunity can be life-changing. So, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Excited.
All right, so the first thing we want to talk about are the problems we hear all the time. We hear from people all the time, and we can absolutely relate that there's too much month left at the end of your money, right? Mm-hmm. And in fact, most Americans are just a couple of paychecks away from not being able to pay their bills. So if you miss a couple of paychecks, you're going to be in real danger there. So, that's a big one. The second thing we hear a lot is that people just don't have time. They don't have time to do the things that really matter to them. And you're going to hear a little bit about how this opportunity has affected our lives as far as both financially, but also in the way of time and time freedom. So, Melissa.
What are some solutions that don't work? And, that we've heard and that we've been, faced upon is once you ask for a raise. I know I asked for a raise and not necessarily got laughed at, but they were thinking about it. See, and I worked hard. I worked hard at every job. My parents taught me a good work ethic. And so asking for a raise. Another thing is, what about, a lot of people may only make minimum wage, are very little bit on that, or they're limited on how much they can make with the job that they have. Another thing is, how about picking up a part-time job? I know a lot of people are working, you're working over 8 hours or more a day. To think about that, you have to take away from your personal time, your family time in the afternoons, evenings, to go to another job for 4 to 5 hours to earn extra income, or take your weekends away, that your days off, you're working another job to help supplement income. So, that's another solution that really no one wants or it doesn't work. And another thing is your job, your limited advancement. I know with my last job, if you had to, any advancement was limited to maybe 10 positions, and you might have to move to, if you had the opportunity to advance. Or I know with my husband's position, only so many people can be promoted to the next level of that leadership. And a lot of times it may have to wait until someone retired. And that's it. Or unless you left that company or that job to go somewhere else where you had that opportunity. So advancement was limited also. Mm-hmm. So
absolutely.
What are some solutions?
So what's our solution?
Yeah.
Why do we think it's better? Well, It Works Global is a 15-year-old health and wellness company. They're also a debt-free company. So we have that crazy wrap thing. It's that site-specific body contouring wrap that tones, tightens, and firms the skin. Nobody else in the world has that. So that is our sizzle product. And then along with that, we've got some skincare, we've got some supplements and things to just help people get healthier, which is so important. And so both Melissa and I started out as customers, actually, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But so what is this business? Like, what do you do with this? Well, it's $99 to get started. And in your starter kit, you get a box of 4 body wraps. So you can either use them and just share your experience, or you can sell them, those 4 wraps, for $100 and get your money right back. So there's no risk to get started with this business. After that, we share the products with people. We do that a lot of ways. We'll teach you that when you join our team. So we share the products, and people want our products, and they become customers. And we also share this income opportunity because you guys right now, there's a little over 100,000 of us who are active distributors in 20 countries. So it's incredibly ground floor. Yeah. The timing is just, they call it the perfect storm with our company. And so you can come in and you can make just that extra couple $100 a month if that's what you choose to do. You can come in and you can make a lot more than that if that's what you choose to do. We don't do anything any differently today than we did when we started almost 4 years ago. Yeah. We just share the products and we share the income opportunity, and we just haven't stopped doing that.
Yeah, I just love that there's no ceiling to the income that you can make. It's the smallest amount that'll make a difference, to whether it's to put gas in your car, or to pay a bill, or just start saving for a vacation, or
daycare.
Yeah, anything. If you want to supplement or replace your full-time salary, you have the opportunity. to do that.
Absolutely.
You could do this running this business.
Absolutely. You are your boss. You're on a team that's
Yeah.
super supportive, but you are your boss. You determine what you take this opportunity and turn it into. Okay? So, all right, what makes us qualified to sit here and share our story? I'm going to let Melissa start first.
Okay, so I've been with It Works for 4 years now, and at the time when I first learned about the company, I was with a nutrition education program for the state of Kentucky, teaching nutrition. I was a supervisor. I had 2 offices I was in charge of in Owensboro and Bowling Green, and I had 17 counties that I oversaw along with 8 coordinators under me, us going to schools and senior centers and community sites teaching about nutrition. Loved my job. It's one of the best jobs I had the opportunity to have after college. And so I went to a wrap party. My friend Lindsay, next to me here, invited me to one Saturday morning. I had never heard about the wrap or It Works or anything. So I tried the wrap, had phenomenal results. I ate pancakes that morning. And my wrap results were awesome in 45 minutes, but I became a customer because I found out about the greens. And our greens were our 8 full servings of fruits and vegetable blended into a powder that you mix in your juice or your water, take it on the go, and it has probiotic in it. So I was looking for something to help, keep my immune system strong, get me healthy and everything. And so I became a customer. Well, 3 weeks later, through that 3 weeks as a customer, I tell my family about the wrap, the greens, the other, supplements they had, to my neighbors and my girlfriends, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. But Lindsay approached me and she's like, hey, have you thought about the business income opportunity? I was like, well, I had a great job, loved my job, got paid very well, but I saw the income chart whenever I went to the wrap party, and I saw the $500 at a Ruby, rank that we had. But I was like, what could I do with $500? I was like, wow, we both have car payments left, me and my husband, and I have my student loan. I could definitely use that extra $500 to $500 to put towards that I didn't have to out of our monthly, income that we earned. And it was fun. I had a great time at the party. It was simple. It was easy. I didn't have to know anything extra. I just shared what the products were and just help people. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to become a distributor because there was no risk, there's no penalty becoming if I didn't work my business good or whatever I was doing. So I became a distributor, started having a wrap party, sharing the products with family and friends. And about 8 months into that, we all walked in, me and Lindsay worked together, and everybody across the state, there's about 75 employees, we all lost our jobs. And that was the biggest eye-opener to me because I'd worked hard at every job I ever had through college, in college, afterwards, and I never lost a job before. It was a state position, retirement, insurance paid for. I loved it. A job you love, blessed to go to each day, and it was gone. So I was, I kept working this business. I was fortunate to find a job with an ag company, but it was very limited on any advancement. My pay was limited, and I loved the people I worked with, but it was just not, I wasn't going to go anywhere with it, and it's either stay there or get another job. But because of It Works, I was able to replace my full-time salary and from that job and my past jobs, and I have never been able to make this much in income since I was out of college, ever. So that's been such an eye-opener in this, for this business industry. It works. I never imagined that I could have such a successful business in helping people. And another thing coming along with, this business is that time freedom. I was able to walk away from my job a year. It's been a year since October that I do this full time. I work from anywhere I choose, whether home or I'm traveling or at my mom's. In the time freedom has been the biggest thing. I am so blessed that I can do this kind of career job and have my own hours that I choose because my husband works in law enforcement. He's been in it for about 11 years now, and so he started off on 3rd shift and then now 2nd shift. And 2nd shift, he works from about 3 to 11, and in any of my 2 past jobs that I had, we were limited on when we saw each other. It was like by the time I go to work at 7 in the morning, got home about 4 or 5, he was already gone. When I went to sleep is when he was finally coming home. So there might be 2 days we wouldn't see each other because of our work schedule, only talking on the phone if we had a chance. And then the only other time would be if I could get home for lunch. And then I was limited on that because you drive home, have lunch, then have to drive back, so I might have 30 minutes. So seeing him now more than 15 hours a week has been the biggest thing. And my mom lives 2 hours away from where I live now, so now I can drive home in the middle of the week and see her. I could take her shopping or out to dinner or spend a couple days with her. I don't have to ask off like I used to, or save my weekends and plan that out if I can come in or not. Time freedom has been the biggest thing, and I'm just blessed that I'm able to help people achieve what I've achieved in this business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My story started about 5 years ago. A friend of mine who's in the business, she asked me to host a wrap party for her just to help her out, to meet some new people. I had great results with the wrap. I fell in love with the greens, like Melissa was saying, because my husband and I were juicing, but we were not juicing 38 superfoods. We were juicing like carrots and apples, because it's expensive and it's time consuming to do that. So fell in love with some products, became a customer, was actually a customer for a full year, which looking back, that was crazy. I should have started way earlier because I sent her people, throughout that year. So, but loved the products, was very impressed with the products, the company, the perks that we got as a customer. And then finally I decided to do this business, and I did that because both my husband and I have college degrees, and we had good jobs, but not jobs that were ever going to afford us more in life, really enough to get ahead, so to speak. We had enough to pay our bills and save back for maybe one vacation a year, and to try to have a little bit in a savings account, and that was about it. So we were contemplating going back to college, but we were still paying off the student loans from our first college experience. So we just kind of looked at each other and were like, you know what, that is going back to school and getting another degree for a piece of paper saying we're qualified to do something is not what we want to do. So I finally agreed to look at this opportunity. I attended a meeting, and I was in after that. So I built this part-time alongside a full-time job for a year. 8 months in, I did lose my job. I picked up another job, and then I walked away from that one. A year and a half later, I was able to retire my husband from his 13-year career in the cardiology industry profession. And we have been building this together now for a year and a half. Full time, this is what we do. And kind of going along with how important it is for time, because yes, financially, we make more now than we ever did in the past. And we've grown our income every year with this business because we continue to share the products, because we're so passionate about them, and share the income opportunity because it's changed our lives, and we're so passionate about that too. So we just are at a place where we know, like, we are so blessed with this that we can't help but to share it with other people. So going to the time freedom, when about 10 years ago, I was 23 years old, my mom passed away from cancer. And so ever since then, life has been different for me. I realized that time is something you cannot get more of. The people in your life are there for a reason. They're so valuable, and time is so precious. And so this business has given me the ability to be where I want to be, with the people that I want to be with, and just give me the freedom to have more in life, and to be more and do more, give more, that before I would have never been able to do. And so, of course, if you love your full-time job, you don't have to quit your full-time job. That's not what we're saying. For us, that was our heart. That is what we wanted. We wanted our time freedom. We wanted some financial stability. So maybe you just want that extra income, which is where we were when we started this. We just needed it to make a difference in our lives right now. But it can turn into so much more than that if you choose for it to be that way. So those are kind of our stories, but just to tell you, there are more people out there that have had success with this, because, for example, my sponsor, my upline, who I hosted that party 4 or 5 years ago, she is at the top of the company. She was just inducted into the $1 Million Earners Club this last, at our last conference that we had. She's been able to retire her husband. They owned a traditional business, moved to Florida, in their dream home. And so that's been the person that we've learned from. And we have people on our team.
My friend, she is a stay-at-home mom. And so they sacrificed that time for her not to work at a full-time job anymore, so she could be home to raise their 3 beautiful kids. And so they had a budget. They've been budgeting and tight budget and great savers, but being able to bring on that extra income for their family to be able to do extra things. I know her husband has now not have to work that extra job, working on the side. He's home with the family now on weekends and the evenings. And they also were able to take their family on a Disney trip. and that was not in their sight anytime soon. And now they're also saving and able to build their dream home earlier that they've been saving towards, but now they have a little extra income to get that started earlier for their family. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, it gives me cold chills. So how many people, just the little things that this income opportunity has done.
Well, and here's the thing too, and my dog Cash is in the video helping us. But here's the thing too, in this business, you can't get to the top. You can't achieve the dreams and the goals that you have with this on your own merit.
Yeah.
If your team is not successful, you're not successful. So we turn around, and every person that we bring on, it is our goal and our heart's desire to help you reach your goals and dreams, because then in return it helps us reach ours. This is the most fair business model that exists in the world, and it is so powerful, and one we're so passionate about, and you meet the best people in it. So, thanks for sharing this time with us, and it is our hope that you will step out in faith and you will give this a try, because the truth is, you're not going to know unless you give it a try. You're not going to know if this is a perfect fit for you. So we'll see you at the top.
Yay.
Thanks so much.